Hi, welcome to the first edition of Greenheart News. Our top story, Al Gore is in the news again. This time it's Global Concert for Climate Change. The event is scheduled for July 7th of this year. Artists are being booked from every continent. The concert is to raise awareness about global warming. It will be held on July 7th at Giant Stadium, New Jersey, just across the Hudson River from Manhattan, organizers said on Tuesday. Gore has embarked on a mission to warn that the world is facing a planetary emergency and has called for emissions for carbon dioxide by the United States, the largest source of greenhouse gas, to be frozen at current levels. Al Gore and Richard Branson, the British billionaire, also plan a follow-up contest to the concert with a $25 million prize to anyone who comes up with the best solution to fix the global warming problem. Here is a green bite from some experts.
I'm doing a lot of investigation and study on global warming, and the intensity and the acceleration of global warming is very, well, I'd say it's very obvious at this point, and it's manifesting itself throughout the world. Large chunks of ice has been breaking off from Antarctica. Permafrost is melting in Alaska. Glaciers and the snow is melting in Greenland. The currents in the Atlantic Ocean are slowing down because of the convection of fresh water and salt water. So things are pressing forward.
Our objective, of course, is to spotlight this issue and to not get diverted from our work, to keep the pressure on Wall Street to clean up its act, to focus on the logging industry and companies like Weyerhaeuser, to push them to stay out of old-growth forest once and for all, and to prioritize working on climate change, which is of paramount importance, not just to rainforests, but to the fate of the planet as a whole.
Let's see, with $25 million, I'd buy 10 of the big windmills with hydrogen fuel cell setups to store and discharge electricity during the highest peak payback hours. That will give me 3 years to make back my initial investment. And if I reinvest 80% of that, with recurring revenues every 5 years at 80%, investment compounded. Oh, we're back on? Our next story is a clue to winning the $25 million prize. Biologist Alice Benzacree calls the rainforest the lungs of the earth, she says, because they are a major source of nitrogen, which helps reduce pollution all over the world. The Kayapo tribe in the Amazon rainforest, says Dr. Barbara Zimmerman, are the best keepers of the largest protected area of tropical rainforests in the world. Here's another green bite.
I think it was in the 1970s the government was offering the Kayapo about 100,000 hectares of land. Today they have over 11 million hectares of land, which is under Kayapo control. Nobody is allowed in Kayapo territory without authorization by the Kayapo. They have been very successful at protecting their borders, keeping their borders intact from the advancing wave of deforestation, which is advanced on them. It's up to their border now. It's starting to increasingly surrounding them. Agriculture, mostly ranching and logging. And this is why the conservation organizations, specifically the one I work for, Conservation International, realizes that there's such an unparalleled opportunity for conservation with the Kayapo, because they're been such strong defenders of their rights, their human indigenous rights and their land, which basically boils down to land rights, really.
Dr. Zimmerman works with the Kayapo tribe. See more of the video protecting the Amazon rainforest right here on the website under videos. Next up, oil. The party's over. Let's go right to this exclusive interview with the author of the book.
I'm a human ecologist. I look at the relationship between human beings and their environment over time and in different cultures. And the reason I became interested in oil was that I found that the one question I couldn't answer was why in the past 150 years has the human population expanded by some 500%, from fewer than 1 billion people to now over 6.4 billion. The answer to that question I eventually found was fossil fuels, because we've learned to use fossil fuels to increase food production and also to transport resources from where they're abundant to where they're scarce, so that we can put millions of people in places like Phoenix, Arizona, and Los Angeles, and other places where ordinarily only very few people would be able to live. So fossil fuels have been this amazing boon to humankind on one level, but at another level it's been a bargain with the devil, because of course fossil fuels are limited in supply and we will run out. Now at New College in California, what we do is, first of all, we teach our students about the nature of the problem, and then we try to equip them with all of the basic skill sets that they will need in order to deal with this through the rest of their lives, so that they will be leaders in their communities for sustainable agriculture, for natural home building, for renewable energy, all of the other fields that we need to be implementing, researching now in order to respond to the energy crisis.
And our next story, building green, from smart houses using straw bales to a smart planet using America's best kept energy secret. Hot, dry rock, geothermal energy. Check out this green bite.
An energy-free lunch. All the energy we'd ever need, and it's just under the ground. No environmental cost, no problems of safety, no waste. Energy both virtually endless and cost competitive, say its proponents. It's called hot, dry rock geothermal energy.
Hot dry rock has an almost unlimited potential to supply all the energy needs of the United States and indeed the world. There's a tremendous amount of energy right beneath our feet at depths that we can reach with current drilling technology.
Environmentalists are excited by the prospects.
Well, hot dry rock is so good that sometimes it almost seems too good to be true, but it is true.
It's a simple process that's been shown at Los Alamos to work, and work well. 2 to 6 miles under the Earth's surface, it's hot, real hot. Just drill down, and oil rigs, many of which are inactive these days, can do it, and position 2 pipes. Into one, an injection pipe, water is pumped. Once it hits the hot rock below, the water boils, and presto, comes up the other pipe as superheated water ready to be flashed to steam. The steam can be used for heating or to turn a turbine and generate electricity and send to power a city.
We know how to do the technology, but we don't really have sufficient funds to implement it at this time.
We leave you now with this news flash. Voting is not just a civic duty you do once every 2 to 4 years. You vote with your dollar every day. With each purchase you make, you're either digging a grave for the planet or making a healthy choice for the next 7 generations. So be a green heart every day, not because it's cool, in fashion, or politically correct. Ask yourself, how green is my dollar? And wear your heart on your sleeve. For Green Heart News, until next time, I'm Andrea Maltese.